joining us here on YouTube. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0, the framework. I am my life coach. I am the host. AJ the Wildfire will be joining us shortly. I will tell you, I am a creator, the creator of I Am My Life Coach, which is a self awareness tool. I want to give it a little time for the notifications to go out. If you guys are listening to this broadcast for the first time, welcome you as I introduce you to a voice, right, that only looks to bring instructions, right? I like to call it the voice of instructions. My style of motivation is definitely different. It's a style of power coaching, which is something I created, right? Power coaching, right? I'm considered to be a transformation coach. I have an amazing lesson that I want to give to you today. I have to let the lines build a little bit. It's going to be a little different as we continue to build this thing out and build a solid community, right? A solid community organically grown, right? I have some things, some doors that I left open and some things I wanted to recap, right? I wanted to recap from last week. It's never enough time to do what we need to do. Well, let's just start by saying one of the reasons this broadcast was created, it was for people like you, people that had supernatural gifts operating in the natural realm. For many of you, you're too powerful. You're so powerful. I'm not afraid to tell yourself that you're powerful. I just need for you to believe that you're powerful. You're powerful, and you was created to be powerful. You was created to reign on earth. You was created to be, you was given dominion over everything on earth, right? But for some of us, we lost our way. Why did we lose our way? Based on our surroundings, based on our upbringings. Some of us, we might have had good upbringings, right? But we got around the wrong people, right? We heard the wrong music. I mean, there's so many things that can reprogram you and send you straight off course, right? There's a difference between your anointing, which is your gift, right? As well as the opposite, which will be your assignment. And for many of us, we spend more time in assignment being loyal to things that never was meant to be loyal to you. See, you can have an assignment to work a job, but that job, it has an assignment to hire whoever that comes in this door that fits the description, that meets the description. And for many of us, we get in situations and we meet somebody else's description, but after a while, you can outgrow your role, right? And I will show you all these particular things right here. We enter by power, we enter by fire, right? That means that will be something different that needs to happen. So when I tell you to light your fire, there is an emoji on your phone, right? Or on your computer, right? There's an emoji, right? And with that fire, it's internal. It's internal. You light fire for you. You light fire so you can see. No one gonna take anything from you. But in this moment, I would like to give everything back to you right now. I'm here to help get you restored, right? I'm here for myself to be restored, right? In Christ, in Christ. Why do I say in Christ and through Christ? Because there's a portal that can open up. And with that portal, it allows us to go into different dimensions, different areas, right? But I need everyone that's here to be on the same page, on the same frequency. I believe that I can get this job done with the help of the angels that helps me, right? The ones I call upon, that calls upon me to do the work that I've been called to do here on earth. That's why I make the call out to you. That's why I look for you, so that we can come together, so that we can build together, we can grow together. The more you know, the more you grow. But unfortunately, some of us, we've been blinded. We've been mute. Mute meaning we don't get a chance to say what we need to say, but we show up and we listen anyway. And in the listening, it has hurt us. In the listening, it makes sense for what we're hearing, but it doesn't go with the situation and the circumstances that we standing upon. So I just wanted to let you guys know exactly where I'm at right now, so that we can get this thing popping. We can get this thing lit, right? We can get it lit, man. I want to open up, and just say again, I thank every one of you for not recognizing that you have courage, but realizing that you want to build your courage. Every day we're building courage. We're building confidence. In order to have something, we have to build something. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can open myself up and be so honest with you and be transparent with you. I pretended like I had confidence for a long time, right? Couldn't tell you where I got it from, right? To the point where it just became a joke, right? It became a joke. Long as people laugh, then it made me feel good, because even in my ignorance of not knowing how to do whatever it is that I was attempting to do, as long as somebody laughed, I can laugh with them. How you ever was walking down the street, slipped and fell, or fell down the stairs, and you just bust up laughing, right? And people are like, are you okay? And you laughing your tail off, because that's just became the normal thing to do. And for many of us, we strong for no reason. We're strong for no reason. We do things out of the wrong reason. We do things for the wrong reasons. What if we can channel our energy better? What if we can be intentional, right? The Invisible Crown Army is basically, it's made up of your character and your attitude, right? The Invisible Crown, you have to remember this if you have a pen or pencil. If you wrote this down before, the more you know, the more you grow, right? Do you hear me, right? The more you know, the more you grow. This allows your mind to open up like open sesame, right? Whatever I speak is what I create. I speak the words and it manifests. I really do have the power to speak into my tomorrow, to speak what I desire, right? Somebody told me today, I mean, it was prophesied. They say, you're supposed to have a church. You're going to have a church. You need to do this now. Don't worry about anything you don't have. You need to start. And I said, wait, hold on now. Yes, God, yes, Lord. Because I'm not rejecting what you see in me. I know, she said, it's just the way you speaking. Now, this person is in a whole nother state. Never really been on one of these broadcasts, but they end up receiving my message. And I pray that everyone that gets on this broadcast, light your fire, that you can get this message, right? I believe that we was called to be leaders. In order to be a leader, it starts with ownership. Ownership should be the first thing to the foundation that we're going to build today. For many of us, in order for us to develop and in order for us to go any place further, we have to first recognize where we've been. We have to recognize what we've been through. We have to recognize, and there's going to be some things, there's going to be some areas that we're going to have to tear down. And it's going to be scary. This is going to be challenging, because for many of us, you have to come to the terms. It's a possibility. No one lied to you. You lied to yourself. My mom, she always told me, she said, Adonis, is not, I love you for who you are, not who I want you to be. What am I saying? I'm saying you can go through life with expectations on what everybody else supposed to be, and yet you put no expectations on what you're supposed to do. Well, let me make it more simple, right? For many of us, we look for what somebody else going to do. If I'm what you want, if I'm what you need, then you're going to have to prove it to me. You're going to have to show it to me. Now, I know you're going to be honest. If you're being honest with me today, right now, and this doesn't happen to you, I'm going to need you to light this fire. I don't care, excuse me, if this took place in your teens. I don't care if this took place in your 20s, if it took place in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s. I need honesty. Why? Because honesty is the only thing that can recondition a condition. And many of us, we're sitting in a condition because of the disobedience. We're sitting in a condition because of the lie of what we participated in. Our expectation was in someone else and not in self. And that's where we went wrong at. Protocol. We was created to do over the ceiling and above, right? Anything that you can possibly imagine, anything that you want, you can do it. You can do it. Why it didn't start with you? Because you tried to harvest, you tried to hold, you tried to keep what God has given you through strength, power, truth, right? You tried to keep it to yourself, and you tried to govern it yourself because you allowed the things of the world to dictate when you do what you should have always done, right? From the get-go. Because for many of us, when you operate in power, it gives you power. Power to do what? authority. Authority and power. Light your power right now, because we entering in through power and through fire, but you need to see where you're going. And for many of us in our past, you wasn't able to see where you was going. You just walked into what? You walked into caves. You walked into dark places. You walked into people's lives. And for some of us, we never came out. We never came out. We trusted in others, right? They allowed people to use our social security numbers. We vouched for people, co-sign for people. I found out my name got vandalized by people and I didn't even give them authorization. So it's people who didn't even like me, don't like me to this day because of what they heard about me, but they never sat down to find out and get a better understanding. Who is this loud guy that's talking the way he's talking? Well, guess what? This is why I talk in confidence. This is why I talk the way I talk. I'm very driven. I'm very passionate. Why? Because I built what it is you come to see, what it is you come to know. Who is that? That is Adonis D. Johnson, also known as AJ the Wildfire. I enter in with power and what? And authority. And my authorities allows me to give you authority to make sure that if we standing together, we can call a timeout. What we call a timeout on? We call a timeout on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. In this thing called life, some of us, let's be clear about this. If you're sitting in a happy place, if you're sitting in a lovable place, if you're sitting in a comfortable place, then it's time to move right now. You don't need to just be sitting right here, especially when there's a community that needs to be built, and that calling is calling you right now. I told you at the beginning of this broadcast, the power was going to be given in the calling. You just got to answer the call. He's not calling qualified. He calling the ones who got disqualified. Why did you get disqualified? Because once upon a time, you was trying to make it about you. Once upon a time, it was about everybody else. I can help everybody else. If those words ever hit your mouth and came out your mouth, that means you spoke it into the universe and you manifested that. And that is still working in your area, in some areas in your life. And that's what some of the things we got to bring down right now. You spoke it, but we never went back to check it. So we got to go back in order to recorrect the future right now. You got to go back, what? To change one thing, we change everything. And for some of us, we got to change our confession. We got to change our position right now. Remember, I said, if you ever spoke it, light your fire. I can help everyone else, but when somebody gonna help me? Or I can help everybody else, I just can't help me. Isn't that amazing? You can give, but you can't receive. Isn't that amazing? You can give, but you can't receive. Why? Because you took no time to learn out why you're giving end up not reaping you a return right now. For many of us, we've been lazy planters. We didn't know what we was doing. See, when God knows your heart and he knows your mind, he knows your soul. I'm going to teach a lesson that haven't been taught before, but I just pray that God will give us the strength. Come on now. That God will open us up and allow us to receive. Come on now. That healing will be released. Come on now. Deliverance will be released. Come on now. And it will happen immediately right now. It doesn't matter wherever you at right now. You're able to tune out any and everything that will come against you. Every radio frequency right now, every signal right now that allow you to perform in an unhealthy manner right now, I pray that God will cancel that out as well. What am I doing? I'm going in to get us where we need to be. We're shifting right now. We're shifting. We're making a transition. We're going from and we're going to right now. We're not where we used to be, but we're about to be in a place that we need to be in order to see what it is that we need to do. Light your fire as the angels take place, the executive table is coming into full effect. The angels are lining up. The army is getting in formation right now. And right now you being informed of how this thing is about to work. The information is being presented right now. The download is coming right now. We're getting everything we need in this moment for the next moment right now. But we got to be honest. We got to be open. We got to be ready. We got to be charged up right now. So light your fire. Come on now. I need to see who see me. I don't need no dark spots in your life moving around. Because when you see me do it, when you hear me do it, remember the levels to leadership is I do it. Next thing, you watch me as I do it. Third thing is I watch you as you do it. Fourth thing, you do it by yourself. Fifth step, you go find somebody else. What am I saying? One can light one and two can put 10,000 a flight. What am I saying? I'm telling you, it's going to start with us and it's going to end with us. God, somebody greater than yourself. He's disqualifying the call. The call was to the ones that got disqualified. Why did you get disqualified? Because none of us was certified. You wasn't certified to be giving counsel. You wasn't certified to be matching people up. Some of you, you mess people's lives up. You the one who made the phone call and hooked them up on a blind date. Come on now. I ain't scared of you, none of you today. We gonna get this work. This work gonna hurt, but we gonna build it up. We gonna build it out, and we gonna find out what it's gonna cost us. And for some of us, the experience that we learned, oh, it was worth the cost. It was worth the cost. When you see you got better days ahead of you, you gonna be glad that you messed up then, but you don't have to end like you started. Come on now. For many of us, we jumped out the gate too early. We started too early. We started making promises too early. Some of you, you still under some of the promises that you made 10, 15 years ago. This thing is deep and serious, you guys. I don't play with God and God don't play with me. But now that I'm on this broadcast with you, this is in Jesus' name. That is so. That right there, that was a request thing. I was just getting it all wired up and getting it ready to go. So I'm grateful for every last one of you that done made your way over here. This message might not be for everybody, but I guarantee it is for somebody. And today, if it ain't for no one else, please let it be for me. Hear my heart. Hear my heart. Yeah. I ain't always done what I should have done. I ain't always said what I should have said. I was disqualified. Even when I showed up, I was disqualified because somebody already told my story. How you ever went somewhere and you wonder why the room got tight, why people always was looking at you funny, people holding secrets that somebody else told them that was a straight up, that wasn't the truth. It was fabricated. But since they got it, and they've been treating you ever since, and you can't figure it out. That's because the enemy already done tainted the relationship. It's terrible to be in a place. Yeah. To be in a space, to be by yourself. But I'm here to challenge you because many of us, that's how we become restored. He's protecting us and he's been protecting us. You see, I spoke in a lesson that I taught early on. And in that lesson, I stated, when you give someone a title, they feel entitled, right? When you give someone a title, they feel entitled. And with that entitlement that they give, they feel they have the rights to do what they have always done that never worked. You see, we don't interview someone based on what we see. We don't interview someone based on the revelation. Many of us, God shows himself through revelation. Most of the time, we just getting a review. Right? We like to review God. You know, God just moved like this. My God, he moved like that. But how do he move through you is the revelation. The revelation is that if you know so much about what you know, then why haven't it manifested inside of you yet? Why don't I hear God speaking through you? And then when it talk, I know that it's God speaking. You see, when you equally yoke yourself with someone, many of us, we want to look, the Bible says you need to be equally yoked. But why do we only think that got something to do with spouses? Significant other. When I get married, I want the right husband. Everybody want the right husband. Everybody want the right wife, right? We want the right marriage. We want the right everything. But being that we want the right, we end up with the wrong. We already operating in the wrong. But the question is that I'm bringing on the table first is, how much work did we do, right? How much work are we prepared to do, right? You see, for many of us, it ain't what they do, it's what you do. And for many of us, I encourage you, you got to turn all the way up in who you are. That way, when you light your fire, you can see what somebody else gonna have to do. And many people, they can't reach the frequency that you able to go up in. Remember, I taught the horizontal relationship. You can't measure this based on what you do is what I do. When I see what you do, then that's what's gonna turn what I do. I ain't here to be trading services with you when I can go straight up there, plant what I need down here, grow right here, and I know what I have. I know what I bring. I know when to do, what I do, why I do, the way I do it, and the time I need to do it. See, for some people, that's too much. It's just too much, right? So I have to get into this lesson because I have to close out one lesson from last week. I gave a scripture and I was speaking. It still lined it up, but it was a different scripture. Sister Sonia helped me out with this. I knew this, But I said, I got to go back and give them it this way, right? So I want to create the scenario, right? So I need you guys to go to Acts real quick. Go to Acts. Peel out your Bible. Let's have, I'm going to flip the script and I'm going to show you how I flip the script. And if you see how I flip the script, it will help you as well, right? So go to Acts 9. Go to Acts 9, right? Go to Acts 9. I'm going to break this thing down really, really quickly, right? And it's just heartfelt because it was this guy, his name was Saul, and his assignment. Now keep in mind, you remember there's a scripture that says God formed you. He knew you before you enter into the womb. That means before you even got a baby's body, God already knew you was coming into the world. Now you must believe this. Because if there's a higher power that's greater than you, then you must understand he created you. This is why I started the broadcast out by saying you're already gifted. You already have your power. Some of us, we lost our way because we never was shown a way, right? No way became the way. Right? And for many of us, we never trained on anything. We only reciprocated what we saw. We only acted upon what we heard. Somebody said they love you. Ooh, can I be your Valentine? Sure. Little flowers, little candy. And yet that led to situations and circumstances that still got some of us all messed up, right? Because the feelings of the soul. This is what happens with a soulmate, right? Some of us, we look for soulmates, but how do we find a soulmate? We would rather focus on a soul tie. I don't want no soul tie. You got to watch these soul tie. But why do we get amped up? Why do we become more powerful or more engaged for the opposite? We will get in position as people for the worst circumstances, right? Not understanding we will end up living in the worst circumstances. We never get to the good circumstance, but we will prepare for a soul tie. I ain't getting no soul tie. These soul ties. And somebody be like, wow, this is why my life is jacked up. These soul ties, right? Somebody planted that in your subconscious mind and you've been living that for majority of your life, right? But let's see, what is a soul? What is a soul? A soul is your thoughts. That's the way you think. Your free will, that's your choices and decisions. And your emotions, that's like your passion. That's your desire. That means I desire to see this happen. That's my gift to manifest what it is, right? That's the power behind. That's the transmission that makes it run, right? My emotion makes it run. It makes it go, right? And then the mate is when I see the way someone else thinks. When I see the way they make choices and decisions. See, you can evaluate people based off of where their life is located at, right? I'm going to look to show you that today as well, right? Based on their choices and decisions, you're going to be able to say, oh, okay, I see how they think. This is not to criticize somebody. This is not to tell somebody, you're not good enough to be with me. See, most of us, we don't even get to the internal things that makes up a relationship or so. We like going off of what we see. I don't look at how he dressed. I don't like no man. We are so petty. Somebody will tell you, I don't want to be with, look at their fingernails. Ooh, he bite his nail. Look at her nail. Oh my God. Don't look at them eyelashes or whatever it is. And I'm talking about, it is terrible, especially when you choose somebody and somebody else telling you about who you chose and you looking like, I ain't see that. I ain't know that. Man, you ain't know they eye cock-eyed. You ain't know that eye got a drifty eye. You don't see one of their legs off when they walk. They got a little, what's that? You be like, I ain't noticed because your spirit didn't see that, but you allow somebody else to train you to zoom in on some things that don't even matter. See, sometimes you show up to heal. What do I mean? When you connect to the inside, it transforms the outside. The moment you connect, the moment it resurrects, and the whole outside becomes youthful now because God said it's a connection. You see, you can come around somebody else and all of a sudden they face transform, scales falls off of them, but I'm gonna get into all of that too, right? So I wanted to just kind of give you just a one layer of soulmate because it's where I'm going. So you want to mate yourself, right, with someone that that lines up with your belief system and what you're going. Now, I wrote something down in regards to soulmate because I wanted to make sure that I help all people, right? Wanted to make sure I help all people. So I wrote this down to give you, why is it hard? Here's my question for the day, right? Why is it hard to find a soulmate? I'll tell you. Watch this. Because that means men and women, but You know, I want to say women, but men and women, we not listening, we're not learning, and we're not exercising God's will. Exercising God's will be executing. See, in this particular time frame, I told you guys, we need to listen, we need to learn, and we need to execute. Why are we not finding our soulmates? Soulmate is not for someone you're going to be with, right? Like, I'm going to go marry this person at an altar, because that would be an earthly altar. Soulmates comes with people in your whole arena. Anybody you're around, your soul should resonate with another soul. It doesn't have to get physical. It's just mental and spiritual, right? You see, when it says equally yoked, we think, oh, my partner, we should be equally yoked. Every person that connects around you or that you connect around should be equally yoked. If you're not equally yoked, then that means your armor should be on, so that you can protect what you have and you can protect what they have. You see, your armor is not just for you as you the victim, because many of us, we done became villains. We like to play the victim. Why? See, for whatever measure we judge, you end up being judged. So God is never going to give you the power and the authority to move with the fire the way you do if all you're going to do is come around other people and laugh at what they don't have. Because if they don't have it, God is calling you to make sure that they have an impression of what it looks like to have it. You see, but for many of us, we will rather go back and forth and it get noisy. Remember, listen, learn, and execute, right? Listen, learn, and execute. So why are it trouble for us to find the soulmate? Well, we're not listening to learn and exercise God's will for the purpose here on earth. Remember, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom, that's God. That's God. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, what? On earth. But you see, remember the devil and God and the angel, Michael, they kicked the devil out and he got cast down to what? To earth, right? So he said he was going to be the God over earth. How he going to be the God over earth and God created earth? So God had to manifest you here on earth and give you dominion over everything on earth. So now that God, remember, I knew you before you went into the womb. God already knew he was sending you into this world. And the devil knew this too. But until you got here, the devil was thinking he was running something. This is my world. I got power and I'm over the world. I'm the God of earth, right? Not so. Not so, right? That is not so. So God put you down here so he could bring himself down here in you, right? That's why I say thy kingdom come, thy will be done where? On earth, right? So God need this connection with you. In this connection is where you got power. This is where your power and your fire should have been. But you see what doesn't happen. I'll show you what doesn't happen, right? Something doesn't happen along the way. Let's go with what doesn't happen. Somebody else got remote controls. The devil got remote controls, right? So as you see, remote controls is, do you love me? You want to be with me, right? I love you, this and this and that. So what happens with the remote controls? This is what happens, right? And so some of us now, we stay on our cell phone all day. This is all the light that you have. And imagine going around in life now and you got this little light right here. Your light's supposed to be shining so bright. Your light supposed to be on another level. You know your light supposed to be on another level. Somebody done put out your light, right? Done put your light out now. You run around here on earth. Oh, help, I'm praying to God. Why are you praying to God? It's because somewhere down the line, you going back to the manufacturer. God, why you send me down here? Why am I down here and I'm getting beat up? I ain't got no money. Why do I need money? Because money is a tool. Right? It makes it, without no finances, you cannot make no impact. But some of us, we have compromised the tools and we have lived below the standards, right? I just want to be man. I don't care what happened. God said, no, I wanted you to have horses. I wanted you to have this big old place by the lake, by the ocean, matter of fact. I wanted you to sit here and lay it out because I want to make sure my glory is there. I want to I don't need all that. Don't take all that. And see, this is what happened when we got these little remote controls now. We decide we want to do what we going to do. The devil done sit here and bought in now. And now he done made you not use God, not learn God, not hear God, right? And start becoming your own little mini God here on earth. Ain't that something? Little mini God, right? So I have to bring this scripture to pass. So I said in this scripture, right? Oh, So I said, why is it so hard to find a soulmate, right? For us, because we're not listening to learn and exercise God's will for the purpose here on earth, right? Why God created a woman? He created a woman to complete a picture, not to evaluate a picture. Come on now, light your fires. Only way this broadcast is gonna move, the only way you gonna move to a bigger, better, greater place, you're gonna have to be honest with yourself. But some of us, we evaluate too many people. God didn't sit here to send us to evaluate. We tries to show up and tell people what their problem is. You know, his problem is, her problem is. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to evaluate. We're here to complete the picture. The picture that God allowed us to show up for. If we take our time, we'll make much better choices. We'll make much better decisions. Sometimes we just need to think about how this works. And some of us, we don't take time out to actually think so we can respond the proper way. We would rather react. And we in a place in time that the days are evil, that everyone will accuse you, meaning they talk at you. And for me, some people, when I speak, it's to help assist those I'm speaking to as well as myself. But when they speak, it doesn't help me. It doesn't get me nowhere. It don't even help them. So I don't listen. And they have a issue with this. So I just wanted to show you one of the reasons is because we're here to complete a picture. Instead, we like to evaluate a picture, which lead into deadly sins like gossip, like slander. You see, people, I stated early on last week, people don't want to talk to you. Because if they talk to you, they'll get a better understanding of you, right? No, they don't want to talk to you. They want to talk about you. And unfortunately, the impression that you impressed in their life or on your life, it was at a time that you didn't know no better. It was a time you didn't have no armor. It's a time you didn't have no power. It was a time you didn't have no fire. And guess what? You was in the dark, right? And they got an impression of who you are, right? They got an impression of who you are. And guess what? You in the dark saying, girl, yeah, this. And guess what? They got a silhouette. That wasn't who you are. They didn't see no God in that. It wasn't no God in that, right? And now that's who they believe you are. So they would rather tell people you ain't on nothing, ain't about nothing. This is how you always been. This is what they heard, right? And some of you, you're still feeding your opposition. You're on the wrong level, operating with too much power on the wrong level, right? You're on the wrong level, doing things on the wrong level, entertaining. Come on now, there you go. You're entertaining people on the wrong level. And unfortunately, the people you should be counseling out meaning I can't mess with you, right? But see, just when I cancel you out, that's because now order has been restored. But instead of canceling them out, you done stuck around on a lower level and now they done cancel you out. Now they done cancel you out. You on a level with them and no work is being performed. Entertaining people on the wrong level. You was here to cancel them. Instead, you stuck around too long. They canceled you. Ain't that something? And now you don't have no what? You don't have no power. Light your fire. Come on, y'all. Let's go into this word and let's get it popping. Let's flip this script real quick. Watch what happened. Here's a man named Saul. And this man named Saul, he is anointed by God from the start. But he has an assignment. His assignment is to go kill Christians. Pull them out, drag them out, kill them, right? Now watch this. Meanwhile, Acts 9, verse 1. Meanwhile, Saul was still breathing out murderous threats against the Lord's disciple. Stop right there. Lord's disciple means people in higher self. We wasn't talking about 12 disciples. We're talking about those people that knows what higher self is, conscious thinkers, meaning it has to get better for me. Some of you, you don't want to keep asking God for what he already gave you. The reason why you by yourself is because it's time to be relaunched. This is why I came up with the life group. This is why I'm getting more hands-on with people, because now it's time to manifest the physical. We got to come from up behind these computers. We got to get from off of these cell phones. We got to have some straight up meet and greet. Let me see who it is. Let me see who representing. I need warriors that's going to show up, lead by example. Don't do it for nobody else until you do it for yourself. Come on, y'all, let's roll. Watch this. Saul, he was a murderous threat, right? Many people, they sending out murderous threats. If they come in my face, this is what I'm going to do. If this here happens, see the murderous threats? We ready to kill people's spirit. Now watch this. You got to be honest on this one, y'all. Watch this. He went to the high priest. That means he went to his superior. Watch this. And asked him for a letter to the synagogues in Damascus so that if he found any there who belonged to the way, whether men or women, stop right there. See? No gender. It doesn't matter. No gender. It doesn't matter. Men or women. Just for my people to think, he ain't talking about me. Or today he is, right? Watch this. He might take them to prison, right? So he had to wait for the letter because it was protocol. You see, many of us, we know protocol for the wrong things, but we don't know protocol for the right thing. We know how to mix a martini. We know how to dip it in a little sugar and a little salt. You want salt around the rim or you want sugar around the rim? How much you want? We know how to shake and bake, right? We know how to cook 5 levels. I know somebody that said they know how to make a 15 letter. It's called Jesus Christ macaroni, right? 15 levels. Who want 15 levels of fat? Do you know what fat, where cheese come from, right? But we become scientists at things of the world. We like to make what we like to make. We could sit here and dress up. We could sit here and make up. We could sit here and fake up wearing phony everything. Phony clothes, phony scars, phony shoes, everything, right? We just all jacked, right? We been there, done that. Say been there, done that, light your fire if you've been there, done that. Light your fire. I'm lighting fire right now. Been there, done that. I've been there. I went under the fake it till you make it. Then I learned, something ain't right. Fake it till you make it. Something. See, if you start off fake, and some of you, this is an issue right here. Because we want to start off fake. I don't love you. I ain't in love with you. What is there to love about you when you don't even love you? Some of you, you can control them more than they can control themselves. What you think I should do? How you think I should roll in? And they don't give no good counsel because they don't have a great counselor in them. There's no Christ in them. Remember, equally yoked. The only way I can yoke myself with someone is I have to yoke on the same level that I'm on. But see, we have linked with people that didn't have the Spirit, which means you didn't have the Spirit either. See? So that's why the blind was leading the blind. See? But you was busy with the word. See, you gifted with the talk. Me and my guy. Hey, listen, ain't no me and my guy. Ain't no me and my guy. Shut your mouth, right? Many of us, we done said this. You done stood up for a nobody and done messed up for a nobody. But today, God is calling the disqualified. You got with somebody and disqualified you, and I can't tell you how long you've been disqualified. All I know is you was disqualified. But today, God is making a calling, and he's calling the ones that got disqualified. He didn't come for the qualified. He came for the ones that got disqualified. Why did they get disqualified? Because he was looking for the ones that was going to represent his glory. Remember, let my Father's will be done. So God's idea for your life was bigger, better, greater. It was to prosper you. This is why it said, no weapon formed against you. Right? You. But see, that was, you got taken from you. You got snatched. Remember Saul? Saul was going to snatch them and put them in prison. Many of you, you've been in prison so long that you don't even think you in prison. I had to tell somebody, one of my friends, they were like, I need my confidence. I said, listen, you working on confidence. What am I saying? Stop thinking you got what you never trained on. Many of us, we in training right now. You come on this battleground, you come on this broadcast today for a training, a mental training. A mental training. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. I am my life coach 2. What am I saying 2? That means I'm agreeing with him. I'm rocking with him. I'm rolling with him. I'm walking with him because I can hear God in him. I can hear God in him. I can hear God in him. He's open. He's parallel. I can relate to him. That's why it's called flipping the script, because if he can flip the script, you can flip the script too. That means that I play a part in what's going on. Come on, y'all. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Light your fire. I feel it coming. So look at what Paul did. Saul needed permission. Right? He needed permission. Now watch this. As he neared Damascus on his journey, suddenly a light from heaven flashed around him. Around him, a light came around him. Right? Now notice, he didn't have to pray for it. He didn't have to ask for it. This happened on his own. Right? This is all I'm trying to tell you. Light your fire. This happened on his own. Look at this. Flashed around. He fell to the ground. Whoa, what's going on? Now, many of you still on the ground. They never got up off the ground. Watch this. It says he fell to the ground. He heard a voice say to him, Saul, right? Why do you prosecute me? Stop right there. Jesus, which is what I noticed to be, didn't come to him when he was going to other places doing this. It was only when he chose to go against the wrong one. You see, protocol. Do my anointed one no harm. That's protocol. That is a law. That is a rule. Touch not my anointed one and do my prophet no harm. And many of us, not only have we harmed others, we done been harmed by others, and yet you didn't know your power, so you didn't have no power. You see, if you don't know your power, then you don't have no power. But remember, the more you know, the more you grow. I'm here for a growing experience. If anybody else is here for a growing experience, light your fire and let's get it on. Let's get it on. Light your fire if you're here for a growing experience. If you're here by power, by fire, it's by your faith. It's about when you hit that fire button, God knows exactly what you're doing. It's a tap in. Now tap in and hit your fire right now and light this room up. Come on, you guys. Give me some fire, right? Watch this. Saul, why are you prosecuting me? Me was higher self. Saul was lower self. I taught me, myself is I and I. God is last, right? So me was going around doing what me wanted to do until God said, wait a minute, there's an I around here and you coming against I now, right? So guess what happens? The roles reverse. Look at how the roles reverse. Verse 7. The man, listen how the roles reverse. Who are you, Lord? Right? Saul didn't even know who Jesus is. Who are you, Lord? Right? Saul asks, listen to the reply. I am Jesus. I myself is me. I myself is Adonis. I myself, Adonis. I am Jesus, whom you are prosecuting. Higher self. That's why we're here. We're here for an experience. God always divided the line. He divided the line from poverty to prosperity, from health to sickness, from high to low. He did this. God did this. Have and have nots. Come on, you guys. I don't know where you at right now, but I know where I'm going. And I need you to know that you're going here with me. Light your fire if you're ready to go somewhere bigger, better, and greater. Because we finna transform right here. It's about to happen right here. Listen right here. Jesus said, see, it's easy to argue. Who are you, Lord? Question mark. Saul asked. Jesus said, oh, I'm Jesus. You don't know nothing about me. Whom you are prosecuting. Higher self. Higher self. See, some of us, our disobedience is what put us in circumstances that we still making up excuses for. You know, I was married, my ex-husband, my ex-wife, my ex-fiance. I had 2 fiancés. I could have been married. Some of you could have been married 20 times and Jesus wouldn't not have been in one of those 20 times. 20 times you could have been married, 20 times you could have been divorced just because God said, I know the plans for you. My plans is to prosper you, but you don't have not one plan at all. So instead of planning to succeed, you fail to plan because you never plan. You never planned on giving your all. You never planned on taking it to another level. You never planned on practicing. You never planned on expanding your vocabulary, expanding the way your posture is, expanding the way you dress, expanding your network so that your network, right, can expand, not your net worth, but many of us, we chase net worth, which is called chasing the bag, that you mistaken your self-worth, which would be Christ. Come on, light your fire for that right there. Light your fire for that right there. I'm flipping the script right now. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm power coaching, flipping the script. You're going to get this, right? It says you're prosecuting me. Now get up. Now get up, right? That is an order. And go into the city and you will be told what you must do. For many of us. Remember I said why we couldn't find a soulmate? Because we didn't listen, we're not learning, and we're not executing. What did Jesus tell them to do? Get up. Second thing he told them to do, learn. How do I know that he told them to learn? Because he said, get up, go to the city, and you will be told what to do. See, learn. Some of us, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me, you don't tell me I don't know God. And I'm just trying to tell you, this the time, the more you know, the more you grow. This the time you really be quiet. Now watch this. You will be told what to do. The men traveling with Saul stood there speechless. Stop right there. This is why your friends now don't stand up for you. This is why your family now have meetings about you and talk about you. Because you've been chosen for greatness. But you walking around some lame, blind people. You've been the clown of the circus. You think they the clown. They looking at you. You the clown. Because you the one who ain't listening to God. You the one ain't going with Jesus. So the more you stick around, the more they have authority over you. Right? Now watch this. They around. Listen, they speechless, right? If y'all roll with me, you better not be speechless around me. You better get me back on track. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay, y'all got me. It says they heard the sound, but they did not see anyone. They heard, I am my life coach. I am my life coach. Why is these people saying I am my life coach? Because I believe when I'm saying I am my life coach, Jesus done showed up like, I'm here. Let's go to war. Let's move. Power up, suit up. Let's go. Who's standing in your way? I'm here for you. Remember, Jesus said, I'm here for you, right? I'm here for you. I ain't here for them. I'm here for you. Now, some of you, if God shows up in you, then when you walk, people will follow you. But instead, remember I said you operating, entertaining on levels, right? And you supposed to cancel them out. Instead, they cancel you out. And you done got around here now, and you done messed around and compromised your position, right? Disqualified yourself. So he sent me to make the call again. So I'm calling out now. Watch this. You will be told what to do. The men traveling were speechless. They heard the sound, but did not see him. Listen, Saul got up from the ground, but when he opened his eyes, he could not see nothing. You couldn't see your bigger, better, greater. You couldn't see how your situation was going to shift. You couldn't see how you was going to get up out this house, how you was going to move. You couldn't see what your husband was going to look like now. You used to like him tall chocolate. You used to like him this and that. Now you don't even know if you like him no more now. Now you looking at the world, things done changed. Times done changed. Rules done changed. Circumstances done changed. Music done changed. Food done changed. Everything is expensive now. There's been a total change. Doesn't seem like you got locked out, put out, right, shut out, and now guess where you at? Woo! Looking for something that was already there. Watch this. I'll show you. I'll prove it. Here you go. He was blind for 3 days. 3 days. Wait. Let's back up. Verse 8. Saul got up off the ground, but when he opened his eyes, he could not see. So they had to lead him by the hand. See, lead him, right? Some of you being led, but you don't know where you going. You've been in a relationship 10 years just walking. Where am I going? I want love one day. He ain't right. She ain't right, right? I keep getting the same type of people. It don't matter who get in. This person leaves, somebody else grab your hand. It's still the same walk, right? They go in, that's my ex, right? I ain't with them no more. Somebody else come grab that same hand. They walking. Where you going? I don't know. What I like, I don't know. I'm just tired right now. But you don't want to walk by yourself. You had to be with someone else. So you looking for somebody else. I'm single, I'm by this and this and that. Somebody else come go take her hand and keep walking. And for some of us, you've been walking for so long. Come on now. But you ain't been walking with Jesus. In order to walk with Jesus, somebody got to have Jesus. If you had Jesus, then they'll be walking with you. But instead, you're trying to walk with them. See how Paul was blind, not knowing where he's going, right? But he had to listen, learn, and execute. Now watch this. Disobedience is what created his circumstances. But obedience is going to recondition his circumstances. Watch this. 3 days he walked blind. He did not eat nothing. That means nobody fed his mind. Nobody fed his body. Nobody fed his spirit. See? Hungry, right? Some of you ain't missed them. You don't miss so many meals that all you do is eat outwardly to sit here and be on earth physically, chips and dips and everything else. But spiritually, you ain't been spiritually fed because you was in a group when you was hearing about God. You was hearing about God, where some of us is here to experience God. What am I saying? I'm saying we here for solid food. We here for a real word. We here for have a transformation. We here at an appointed time. We here on the battlefield. We here because life done got real, but guess what? Your power done got real too. Come on now, upgrade, right? Upgrade. Watch this. 3 days he was blind. He did not eat, neither did he drink anything. Watch this. In dramatics, there was a disciple, another grounded person. Now listen to this. Ananias, right? Ananias. This person wasn't even remember, Jesus just said, when Saul asked him, who is this? He said, I'm the Lord Jesus, right? Ananias was not one of the 12 disciples. Watch his assignment. Look at this. Watch this, you guys. This is interesting. The Lord called to him in a vision. Didn't I tell you the Lord calls in a vision, in a dream? He speaks in a dream. He show you something in a vision, right? Remember I said when you link with someone, you should see the vision. That's how you have a soulmate. I got a vision to have a business. Those people that links with me that's equally yoked, they will see my vision and they will know how to step in and they will know how to put on for where I'm going, because wherever I go, they go too. See how that works? You can see my vision, but see, if I'm operating on a level and I'm entertaining on a level that's below who I am, then guess what? Then they will cancel me out when I was called to cancel them out. Cancel y'all out. I'm on another level now. I'm on my way. But guess what? When I start walking, I'm looking like, why they ain't following me? So now I'm coming back over here and it's stunting my growth. Watch this, you guys. It says, the Lord told him, right? Ananias, the Lord told him. See? Instructions, the voice of instructions. He qualifies the call. Go to the house of Judas on Straight Street and ask for a man named Taurus, named Saul, for he is praying. While God was talking to him, God was also talking to him. He was talking to two people at the same time, different places, same time. Talking to your wife while he was creating you to be a husband. Hey, listen, I want you to be a husband. I'm going to need you to be over that family. I'm going to need you to have finances. I'm going to need you to be strong. I'm going to need you to take the authority. I'm going to need you to go forward. I'm going to need you to get the foolishness out the way. Get the foolishness out the way. Get the foolishness. But God, he didn't say, who you going to send, God? Where is she at? Is she going to be thick? Is she going to have this? Is she going to, God, you know I'm a little freak or whatever, right? It wasn't none of that. But while he was talking to him, he was also talking to him, right? Hey, listen. Did you get that thought, ratchet behavior? I'm gonna need you to stop listening to Lady Red. I'm gonna need you to get some of this. I'm gonna need you to start reading a little more. I'm gonna need you to pursue your goals. Go back to school. I'm gonna need you to get that business going. I'm gonna need you to stop hanging around these type of me. I need you to cut off everybody that's around you that think they even know you. Anybody that's comfortable, make them uncomfortable. I need you to turn it up. I need you to press. I need you to push. Well, why are you telling me to do all this, God? Because I got something that's ahead of you. I got something that's ahead of you, and when y'all link, it's gonna connect. When y'all link, it's gonna connect. And when you connect, it's gonna be out of respect. Yay. You're going to see, only I know what God told me. Only you know what God told you. So why did I get with you? Remember I said soulmate? Instead of we getting together to complete a picture, we get here to evaluate the picture. What did God tell you? What did he say to you? Wait, can I ask you a question? Have anybody ever low-key asked you what they say to you? Right? How you ever been in a movie and you watching a movie with somebody else watching a movie, but you hearing just like they hearing, but they missed something and they gonna ask you, hey, what just happened? What they say? Look, didn't you see what I just saw? But you see, here's my point. You would rather get it from me than see and pay close attention. Let's roll, you guys. Let's move. So listen, not to mention, God told them exactly where to find him at. Find him at the gym working out. Find him at Whole Foods. Find him. This is where you're going to find him at today. I'm going to need you to put your good on. I don't feel like going. See, this is why you got to know where you're going before you go. Because the more you know, the more you grow. While God was talking to him, God was talking over here too. And they had to meet up at a location. Somebody coming to see you. Light your fire. Somebody coming to see you. How do I know this? Watch this. In a vision, God told me to be here. In a vision, I told somebody that called me, I said, listen, I might not, in your mind is telling me, hey, I don't need him. I mean, he don't need me. Why would he want to be around me? Why would he want me to be his friend? Why he already got enough going on? I got too many problems. I don't want to be a problem in nobody else's life. Shut your mouth. Listen to me. I cancel out every voice that will make you even think on behalf of somebody else. That is not for you to decide. That is not for you to decide. I don't care if they don't need me. I need them. I pray that your circumstances override whatever that's going on around you. I pray that your drive is so driven that you don't look at why they don't need you. You look at why you need them. And at the end of the day, they're going to have to pay you to shut up. At the end of the day, they're going to be like, man, this person here be sweating me too much. I'm going to keep sweating you because I see what I need in you. And I ain't leaving until I get it. I ain't leaving until you bless me. I ain't leaving. You the closest thing to a better understanding than helping me understand. And I ain't being released until my time is up. But for some of you, you know, I'm gonna take all that. They doing too much. And see, you will mess around and let your friends tell you, why you want him? Hey, excuse me, you mad I don't want you because you ain't got nothing. See, you ain't got nothing. And as long as I hang around you and I see you ain't got nothing, that means I ain't got nothing too. But when I look over there, what I'm looking at, I see they got something. We ain't got nothing. But if you let me go get something, then maybe I can help you get something. But see, no, I don't want you to go there. I want you to be over here because you ain't no better than me. And now that's where the competition starts. What am I saying? The race ain't given to the quick and swift. It's the one that got the power to endure. Let's go, y'all. We finna endure this race. Here it come, y'all. Yay. Here it come. I feel it. Light your fire. Light your fire. Look at this. Verse 12. In the vision, he seen a man named Ananias come. And listen, Paul, who can't see, in a vision. He has a vision when he can't see. And he sees Ananias. He knows exactly what his wife's name gonna be. She knows exactly what her husband's name gonna be. She knows exactly how tall he gonna be, how he gonna sound. You gonna already know. You ain't gotta get here and sit here and start playing. Like, you ain't gotta play no, them games over with, right? Them games over with. We ain't going back there. Listen, Paul is blind. He knew the vision. He saw it in the vision. A man named Ananias comes and places hands on him. Why? To restore his sight. Who blinded Saul? Jesus. Why did Jesus blind Saul? But Jesus, you would think, should be the one that comes and restore the vision. If you blinded me, Jesus, then you should be the one that comes and open. See, some of us, we stuck right here. They broke my heart. I'm going to have a broke heart because the one that broke the heart should be the one who fixed the heart. I can't meet nobody else because men lie, women lie. I ain't got this type of time. What am I saying? I'm saying is the one who injured you, right? You're injured. But you was injured because of negligence. You was injured because you broke protocols. Jesus blinded you. You got a problem with Jesus. He the one who cut your lights off. You understand me? He cuts your lights off, right? Now, he makes a call and say, Adonis, AJ the Wildfire, go over there to that broadcast. Get on that broadcast in the 7 o'clock hour. Call it Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0, right? And call it the framework. I don't want you to build them up. I want you to tear them down. Tear them down, break them down. Why do you got to break them down? Because when you break them down, now I can get back in because that's what got them disqualified. So now I got to tear it down. Let's go, y'all. Here we go. The Lord, listen to this. Ananias comes to the place, his hands on him to restore his sight. Listen to this. Lord, here's Ananias talking, right? Answer. I have heard many reports about this man and all the harm he has done to your holy people. See, some of y'all, we gossip so much. I heard this person is a player. He got a lot of this. He got a lot of that. But y'all ain't holy people. Y'all get this? This is good. Look, he said, I heard many reports. About who? About Saul, right? I heard many reports. And all the harm he done to your holy people. Some of you think harm was done to you because you was holy. If I asked you was you holy, you'd be like, I know I ain't holy. I know. Who told you wasn't? But see, you playing the victim, right? You playing the victim and you know for a fact you've been in the wrong places. You know for a fact you didn't do what you should have done. You know for a fact that you got caught in and got trapped by situations, circumstances, and you never got out. So whatever happens to you deserved to happen to you because you was not around the holy people. You wasn't considered the holy people. You was considered the triflings, the ratchies, the hood rats, right? You was considered the dogs, the no goods, right? But it's always somebody trying to blame somebody and we both was in something together. So if I was a dog, then you fed the dog kibbles and bits and you had the dog in your house and you slept with the dog, laid with the dog and been with the dog and you walked the dog. Okay. So at the end of the day, what makes you better than what you in? Don't you get it? If you in it, I'm in it too. Well, this can't go like this. No, we're going to elevate today. Look at what this says. It says, and all the harm he has done to your holy people, right? And he's trying to convince Jesus, you making a mistake, right? See, some of you, this is what I'm saying. You're trying to convince God, I know God ain't telling me to do this. Oh, yes, he is. He's telling you to do everything he told you to do. And you're going to get it done this time. I am my life coach. Light your fire. He has come here. Listen to this. He has come here with authority, meaning he went and got papers to kill us. The one who was sent to lay hands, Saul was on his way to kill everybody there, including him. The one that got to lay hands on him is the one this person was about to kill. Ain't that something? My enemy is on his way to kill me, and God told me to lay hands on him. You got to get that transformation. The one that's coming to kill me, actually, I'm the one that's supposed to heal them. Meaning they gonna kill me, but I gotta heal them before they do. They got a paper in their pocket that says cut my throat. They got a paper in their pocket that says drag me out. They got a paper in their pocket that says, hey, I'm not even on their level. But when they see the Spirit of God in me and through me, they gonna see the wife. They gonna see the husband. Soon as I get there, I gotta get there. So watch what happened, you guys. And I gotta shift it because I gotta give you another. But the Lord said, Ananias, but the Lord said, but the Lord said, do you hear your power? Do you hear your authority? Thus said the Lord, that is so. Do you hear God speaking to you now? Saying, what did I say? Right? What did I say? See, once upon a time, I let it do it your way. But now it's about the time to go Yahweh. It's about time. What did I say? And that's what God's showing up saying now to us. What did I say? I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. Remember I said, this is what I wanted you to do. You've been praying to me, asking me for all this, but I can't ask you for one thing. I can't ask you to level up. I can't ask for you to grow up. See, you still want to claim you spoil. I told you to get that out of your mouth and speak of that no more. You still want to talk about I'm spoiled, right? I said be born again. You still want to talk about this the way I was raised. So which way is the best way? The way you was raised or to be born again? I decree and declare that everybody on this broadcast will move forward and being born again. What it means is you have a new path and everything is new. But you got your armor on and trust and believe me, he will not leave you or forsake you. And he will empower you with everything you need. Light your fire for that right there. To God be the glory. Watch this, you guys, and I'm done. I'm done on this one. Watch this. He says, but the Lord said to Ananias, I love this. I love this. This give me hope. God, go. This man is my mean ownership. I am my. This mean ownership. This man is my chosen vessel. I knew you in the beginning. God knew where you was going to be at. He's waiting on you. He's my chosen instrument to proclaim. What is it that God told you to proclaim to the people? What did it say? I told you. People don't want to talk to you. They want to talk about you. But you need to give them a revelation. And that's what's going to create their inspiration. See, they're going to be inspired that when they hear you, when they see you, you're going to resonate something. See, when you inspired by inspiration music, you hear somebody else singing about the Lord and all of a sudden you learn a song, you be singing, right? Because it hits something in you and it makes you perform. But see, there's a difference when it comes to motivation. There's a motive behind my motivation. My motivation is I know God is in control of this. That's motivation. That ain't inspiration. That's motivation. I'm motivated to do what God told me. I'm motivated to give it all I got. Light your fire for that right there. We in this together. Y'all ain't going nowhere. We in here. We trapped in. We locked in. You ain't going nowhere. Don't nobody move. You stay right here. We gonna get everything we supposed to get. Uh-oh. There you go. Yes, Lord. So go to this man. He's my chosen instrument to proclaim my name to the Gentiles and to the Gentiles. Gentiles was like the wildlings, right? That's the culture. And their kings, meaning the Gentiles got kings. Gucci, Louis, Chanel, right? They got kings. They got things. There's some kings around here. But they're going to proclaim. They didn't say you're going to go kill them. They didn't say you're going to go marry them. They didn't say you're going to go take over some land. They say you got to proclaim. I mean, you got to run up and say, God got me. You got to run up and say, it's the God be the glory, right? When somebody see what you're doing, they can be like, man, look at y'all. No, this is God here. This is God's doing. I don't look like what I've been in. I don't talk like what I've been through. I don't smell like what I've been sitting in. Look, I done been through a lot. You don't want none of this. But if you do, you better level up to your highest height right now, because I need to know your story. I need to hear your revelation, because right now what I'm seeing, I don't care about your SRT. None of that stuff checks out with me. I need to know what's your revelation looks like, what's your grounding looks like. I need to know what the future plan look like. Give me a 10-year plan. Give me a 5-year plan. Give me a 3-year plan. But trying to find out what I'm doing this weekend, come on now, y'all. Some of y'all, what you doing tomorrow? What you doing tonight? What you doing? And y'all ain't made it 3 months. Y'all already, what you doing this and that. Some of you can't keep a good friend longer than 90 days. What am I saying? We did lousy jobs. We didn't do what we supposed to do. Come on, y'all. Y'all gonna have to share this one now. You need to share this at least 3 people. Show me a little respect. This thing is popping. This thing is popping. Listen, to their kings and the people of Israel, listen to this, 16. I will, this is scary. This is scary. We're going to have to breathe on this one. I will show him how much he must suffer for my name. Some of us, we have suffered enough. Come on, y'all. Type enough is enough or light your fire. Enough is enough. The suffering we've been under, do you hear me? Because we don't want to give God no glory. We want somebody to see these teeth, see these dimples. Girl, you better see this spirit right now and let this spirit save your little self, because these dimples done messed me up back in the day. Do you hear me? I wish I could fill them on in right now. Oh, he got some dimples. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me about no dimples now. Dimples done got me put in hell. You know what I mean? No one praying me out of bad situations. No one walking me out of bad situations. Nobody checking me like, you need to get it together, man of God. Nobody doing nothing. They looking at me like, he's a clown. Counsel him, right? Remember operating, entertaining on low levels? Didn't he used to do this? What, ain't this Adonis? He used to do this. He used to date my girl in 7th grade. Like, wow, look, like, you know how long I was in 7th grade ago, right? What am I saying, you guys? Light your fire. I know y'all, some of y'all better be laughing at this, because, hey, this your last laugh when it comes to me, okay? We gonna be laughing at your situations one day. I'll be like, I ain't even know that. For real? You did what? Oh my God, don't tell me. You like, man, I made a fool out of myself. And I'll be like, they're like, why you ain't laughing? Because I understand. I'm just happy. I'm just amazed to see somebody else can say what I say and understand, oh man, I ain't get it right. I got it wrong, but I'm getting it right now. One day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. But I promise you, I'm taking my time this time. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let's move. Listen to this. Verse 17, then, see, once Jesus spoke, listen, learn, and execute. Then Ananias went to the house and he entered the house. Stop right there. He went. See, some of you got to get to the location. Then you got to go in the location. Some of you want to get there, but you want to go there. Ain't that something? I ain't about to go there. God said that's where you backed up at. That's where you tapped out at. You didn't want to go there. You got to go there. He went. Then he went in. What did it say? He went to the house and then he entered the house, placing his hand on Saul. It wasn't no conversation. It ain't nowhere. Who is you? It wasn't no, man, girl, where your man at? It wasn't no, grand. Are you single? I'm single. I ain't dating nobody. This and this and this and this. And this is what compromised. It wasn't none of that. It was, hey, I'm come here, put my hands on you, dude. Wait a minute, hold on, bro. You gay? I don't talk to Jesus already. What's going on? I don't let no man pray for me. Man, I don't like women pray for me. Forget all that, right? It wasn't none of that. Place his hands on Saul. He said, brother Saul, the Lord Jesus, who appeared to you. See, how did I know he appeared to you? Some of you, somebody could tell you about you. You'll be like, God ain't told me that. God is telling you that now. But you don't believe it's through them. Because you keep on had this fairy tale, you ain't listening and you ain't learning. He came right over here. Brother Saul, Jesus who appeared to you on the road as you was coming here. What was you coming here to do? He ain't sit here and take revenge. What was you coming here to do? You blind, bro. I should have hurt you right now. You can't see, but I know you was coming to kill me. You was coming where I was at. I said, why was you? What happened with the other brothers? You know how many of my brothers and them you killed? You know how many of my friends you done dated them messed up? Now all me and our dogs. You know how many times you done spoke those words out of your mouth to your girls now? You done killed people from getting relationships. You done got with your girls. You supposed to been speaking life and you was speaking death. You know how many people took advice from you that was unholy advice, unwholesome conversation? You know how many charges God got up against you? It wasn't none of that. All is disqualified because people supposed to saw the good in you. You supposed to have been the upgrade. And instead, you was a downgrade. You declined. And now, y'all got stuck on the same level. They canceled you out and couldn't be used. Yeah. Still chosen, though. Yeah. Placing his hand on Saul, he said, brother Saul, the Lord who appears to you on the road, see, know exactly where you at. And you was coming here, has sent me. Yeah. Has sent me. That's going to be your testimony. I don't know who coming to you, but God sent me. Yeah. See, some of you keep trying to get up and go run. It ain't who you going to, it's who coming to you. Yeah. Here it come. Here it come. Sent me so that you may see again. God sent me so that you may see again. Some of you like this. In dark. But God sent me to give you, I am a life coach to cut your lights back on. Yay. And now he's saying, don't you ever let nobody else get what? Get the more controls to your life. Don't you ever sit here, this is my man, I only follow his direction. I'm not following nobody's direction if Christ not leading them. How do you give them the rights to Christ, but you ain't even equally yoked to even make a connection to them? They don't owe you nothing. This is why when they get on there, leave your tail, because you don't make no contribution. Oh, that's all you wanted. That's all you had. And you ain't got nothing. Disqualified. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Here it comes. Has sent me so that you may see again and be filled, and be filled, and be filled. Not to date me, not to go out with me, not to like me, not to hold me, not to brown nose me, whatever that is. Not to sit here and fill me up, gassing, you know, they're gassing you up, your head big, this and that. See, some of us, you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for this solid food. He said, I come so I can fill you up with the Holy Spirit. Some of you, you thought you had it. You thought you had it. No, you ain't have it. But you're getting it now. Are you getting it now? Immediately. 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 Yay. Immediately, verse 18. See, some of you, you can't get your immediately because you think you already got something you never had. You never had it. You never had love. You never had a husband. You never had a wife. See, because they didn't have God. So you didn't have it. So you cancel out that. I ain't got that. All I had is an entanglement, as they claim to be. I got entangled in something I should never been in the first place. But God, get me out. Free me. Loose me. Loose me. I'm loosing myself. Forget all that. I need somebody to loose and bind the hand. I'm binding my own hand. Because when I bind the hand, it will be my own hand I'm binding. I'm loosing my own self from this. What am I saying? He said, immediately, give me some fire. Immediately, hit your fire. Something like scales. It did not say scales. It said something. Something. I don't know what this is. Something like scales fell from his eyes. From his eyes. Yay. It fell from his eyes. I see something that you just can't see. I see the vision. I see what's supposed to happen. I see what a friend's supposed to do. I can actually see myself as a wife. I see what I should be doing and I never done it. I see how I should be walking. I see how I should be playing with commas. This ain't no joke, you guys. This ain't no, I see myself cooking. No, it's bigger, better, greater than no cooking. I see myself with a nanny and a housemaid and a butler and a cook. I want to create jobs. I ain't gonna sit up here and come on, be all in the kitchen slaving right now. Forget that. Not in my last years. Forget that. They gonna take care of both of us and we gonna pay them. We gonna pay him. What did he say? The scales fell and he could see again. He could see again. If he can see again, that means he saw before. And for some of you, you ain't saw in a long time. You ain't saw what that relationship was doing to you. You didn't saw what your little wicked ways, how it was hindering you and holding you. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Now listen to this. And he said, he saw again. He got up. He could see now, right? He could see now, right? See? He got up and was baptized. There go the water again. I'm baptized. But he was just baptized with the power and the spirit. See, the fire. He was baptized with fire and the spirit. But now he was baptized, and after taking some food, restored, and regain. I got to get a moment right now. What am I saying? Y'all should be dancing right now. Y'all should be moving right now. What am I saying? I'm saying regain right now. Regain that what? Regain that strength, right? I got strength, but let's not make a fool out of this. But what I'm saying is I got to make sure I know how I'm going to do it this time around. I got to make sure this time around I got the moves back, but this time I got a new walk now because I got a revelation. I got a revelation. Yay. Whew. Yes, Lord. Come on, God. Come on, y'all want to go deeper? Whew, man, that thing was impactful. Y'all want to go deeper? I had another one for y'all. Y'all want to go deeper? Hit me some fire if you want me to go deeper. For some of you, let's go. Anybody got some fire for me? Anybody got some fire? We got a little time left. Y'all want to go deeper? Yes, Lord. Man, that thing was amazing. That thing was amazing. Yes, God. Y'all gonna have to share this one. Now, if this one didn't do it for you, then it wasn't about you. It was about me. I saw some stuff I didn't see earlier. Regain, restore. You don't see that dance? We can restore it, y'all. Y'all gotta come on now. You gotta understand something. This wasn't gonna be no everybody. This was gonna be the bodies. You are with the leaders and the owners now. This is your solid food group. This is your life group. This is the group that gives you life. This is who God called you to be with. Get with us. Find out where I'm at on social media. Make sure you follow me on these different pages. Somebody want to go deeper? I don't know. I don't see no comments though. But I'm going to go deeper because I got time to go deeper. Go to Luke 6. Luke 6, y'all. This thing finna hit like chicken gumbo, right? They go fire now. Thank you, Ms. Richardson, Ms. Robertson, right? Ms. Roper, they go Phoenix, peace and blessings. Yes, Lord. Felicia, oh my God. I got the right audience right now. I got the right people. Y'all listen, we're leaders. We are building a community for the communities, right? It starts here. It starts with us. Go to Luke 6. Let's go deeper for deeper purposes. I feel now that we got the fire lit. I feel now that we got the fire lit and we're ready, right? Look at this. Show you something. Let me impart some gifts into some of you, right? Let me show you why we got what we got, right? Look at this. Verse 43, Luke 6:43. No good tree bears bad fruits. Didn't I say that if you want to do a reference check, let me show you what you should be seeing? Because I know what I grew. I know what I manifested. I wanted this, so I manifest this. I wanted that, so I manifest this. I wanted that, so I manifest that. I want this, I manifest that. Now, Invisible Crown Army, take your positions. I need you guys to also write down on y'all prayer list. Keep Sister Sonia in prayer. You guys, she needs some prayer. And y'all know Sister Sonia means a lot to me. And she should mean a lot to you. It saddens me right now to not see her on this broadcast. I didn't feel her pull right now, and I look for her comments. Yay. Yes, Lord. I have to call her when I leave off of this broadcast, right? She's working behind the scenes, though. I bet you that. Look at this. No good tree bears bad fruits. Some of you was given bad fruits because it wasn't a good tree. Others, you never had a good tree. You never had a tree at all because you didn't know that somebody's supposed to plant this thing and water this thing and grow this thing. You've been eating off somebody else's table majority of your life. And now, even when you get a little, somebody now come and eat off your table. Can I borrow this? Can I use that? And you be looking like, man, I can't buy it. What's up? And the fast as you get it is the fast as it leaves. No good tree bear bad fruits, nor does a bad tree bear good fruits. Each tree is recognized by its own fruits. You see, you can't be who you are off of mine. You got to be who you are off of yours. And this is why I say when it comes to dating, sometimes we like to evaluate instead of participate. I ain't come here because I can see you got it all together, but at the end of the day, let me get over here and get me a picture too. Let me get up in this picture. Why? Because this picture is all I have. This moment is all I have. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you, your crossover is where you supposed to be. Meaning I ain't moving. That's why I'm supposed to shine at. But see, you sitting here looking like, I just want my own. You ain't getting your own until you get over there. Because what's over there belongs to you too. God did it for them because he knew that they can trust you. That's why we on this broadcast. That's why it was created for you. This is a digital community, but it's organically grown. Look at this. People do not pick figs from a thorn bush and grapes from a briar. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart. A good man brings good things. You see, I did not tell you certain people I just wouldn't follow because I don't get nothing from them. Why would I follow somebody that God already gave me everything I need? I wouldn't, right? It says a good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. Anybody on this broadcast want to tell me again, why do some of us believe that actions speak louder than words? This do not say nothing about no actions. It says, for the mouth speaks what the heart is full of. And for many of us, we need to listen, we need to learn, and we need to execute. See, your mouth speaks what needs to happen. And many of us, We done spoke the wrong things. And that's why we in the wrong situations. And then people try to show back up. And you want to check them now. You want to sit here and you want to fight them down. It ain't gonna happen like that, right? I can really close out here. I'll say the rest of this food for the 5 o'clock wildfire that takes place on Saturdays. In Facebook, right? Facebook, keep in mind, you guys, please don't be entertaining people on the wrong level and mess around and mess yourself up. Why do I say the wrong level? That's because your light is shining brighter than their light. And their light, they think that your light is their light, but your light is shining brighter than their light because you're on the wrong level, right? People operate outside of authorization, right? So you got to understand that you want to operate within your means. What you have the power to do is be the best version of yourself, right? Remember, you should be counseling people out, unfollowing them from your Facebook and your social media. Unfollow them. They don't follow you anyway. They don't like your pages and unfollow. So I got to go do an unfollowing thing and make room, you guys. Make room, right? Anything else that I leave out? Anything else that I leave out? Whatever you do should line up with what you're doing. We got that already. The mystery. Here's the last thing, a mystery. What is a mystery? Mysteries is something that haven't manifested in time. So the Bible says, this is a mystery. That means it hasn't manifested in time yet. That's the mystery. When is going to happen? When am I going to get married? When am I going to have the house of my dreams? When am I going to have the car of my dreams? Why are you calling it of your dreams? Because anything you see, you can have. The only deal is, when are you going to work on your character? When are you going to fix your attitude? When are you going to sit here and work on your communication? When are you going to start listening? When are you going to build a relationship? When are you going to come to serve the relationship that you participate in? Why do you look for someone else to give to what you're in and you look to give nothing for what you're in? Why do we don't sit here and try to redirect who we are to be an effect for those that gather around us? Why are people not seeing someone new in you each and every day that's growing? That's growing. Why do people come in reminding you of what took place? How is it that you didn't go out last week with them, but as soon as you talk to them, it's almost like they get you up to speed on everything that you missed and impart all those things. So you might as well have been there. Why have people recognize and why don't they respect the fact that you're just not on that? We just ain't on the same level. You can stop calling me. When are you going to get to the point where you're going to have to cancel some things out? Hey, let's just let this end. What if I told you God is waiting on you to cancel a relationship? Hey, let's just end this now. Let's not end it. Well, what did I do wrong? You did absolutely nothing. The wrong wasn't with you. The wrong is, what did you do right? Nothing. So let's not talk about what you did wrong. See, all of us are quick to jump to the wrong side. Because all we want to do is mask the wrong. What did I do? I ain't do nothing. I ain't say nothing. What did you say? Let's not talk about what you didn't say. Let's talk about what you did say. Let's talk about what you ain't saying, right? See, formal, non-formal, and informal, right? It ain't a matter of what you said. It ain't a matter of what you didn't say. It's a matter of what you don't know how to say. See, a lot of times God is looking for, why don't you know how to say this the right way? Why don't you know how to move the right way? Why is all these restrictions on you that I didn't put on you? Why is all these rules that you created, that was created by the world? Remember, what is somebody to gain in the world? In the world. Like what world? Like the world, like US world, or it's like your world? Let's go with any world. What do you gain by your world when you have forfeited your soul? Here's my closer. Do you know the word forfeit means to not show? The more you know, the more you grow, right? It's like somebody being 40 and 0, and they're the champs. You looking like, wow, they the champs. Everybody taking pictures. Can I have your autograph? That's the champ. Undefeated. Wow, see, this is how we are in America. They market who they want. Oh, they undefeated. You don't know who they is? They undefeated. They record like 40 and 0. They ain't lost nothing. And then when you finally have a conversation with the person that's the champ. Hey, champ, 40 and 0, tell me about it. Well, you know, I won 40 fights. Well, champ, why I ain't never seen none of your fights? Show some of them. Well, they was won by forfeit. Like, wait, champ, you ain't got no fight to show us that you fought? No revelation? I want to see you duke it out, man. You the champ. Everybody embrace you. I want to see the reels. Let me see the fight. When did you fight? Well, it's really how I won 40 fights is it was by forfeit. Like, what's a forfeit, champ? The forfeit is they never showed up. So by law, if they don't show up, they forfeit. So I won. And this happened 40 times. So I'm the champ because nobody want to show up to fight me and they forfeit. And that's what God said. God said, I had everything waiting on you and it's still waiting on you. It's waiting on you to become you. Self-manifestation, I am my life coach. Self-aware. But the reason why you stuck in what you in is because you keep forfeiting the opportunity. I see you relationships, you forfeit it because you don't show up in a relationship. I see you good friends, but since you don't know how to be a friend, you forfeit a good friend by talking about a good person. You ain't got no reason to talk about somebody. And yet, that's your whole conversation. So what is a person to gain the world and forfeit your soul? And what's your soul? Your thoughts, your will, and your emotions working together. And the reason they don't work together for many is because they forfeited. They chose the world over their soul. And I cannot lose my soul because Christ is the soul. He's the beautiful counselor. He's the soul. That's who myself is. Myself, Jesus is myself. And me, that's Adonis Johnson. See, I myself is me. God the Father, I. Jesus, myself, character and attitude, invisible crown. And me, Adonis, AJ the Wildfire. Thank you guys. Light your fire. Thank you for this teaching. Look forward to seeing you guys. Talk to y'all guys as we flip this script. Peace and blessings and love. May God encourage you on your walk. May you continue to be bold. Work on your confidence. Build your courage up. Whatever you build is what you can understand. What you build is what you understand. You understand how it works because you built it. You made it. But what you need to do is we need to be made over. We need to be made over. We need to be rebuilt. We need to be refreshed, revived, renewed, restored. We will be restored. We will be healed. We will be delivered. Why? Because we understand today that we have an understanding that God called the disqualified. And we was disqualified because we just wasn't ready. We wasn't ready to take the throne. We wasn't ready for a position. We allowed too many people to get us out of position. We was out of range. And now we understand. We understand that we here for the taking. And this is a year of takeover. So we will be taking over, you guys. Taking over the broadcasts, taking over everything. We're taking new lands and new opportunities. Peace and blessings. May God keep you. Keep the crew and everybody in prayer. Visible Crown Army. Make sure you guys cover Sister Sonia Campbell. You guys, I got to go check on my girl and see where she's at. Peace out.